Thank you very much, Dan. A very good morning to you. Well, South Africa bowed out of the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations with a 2-1 loss to Ghana at the Mongoma Stadium in Equatorial Guinea last night. The Black Stars advanced to the quarterfinals as Group C winners, along with Algeria, who themselves beat Senegal 2-0 in the other group match. We're now joined by soccer analyst Minawa Nhloko. Welcome to Morning Live once again. Thanks for coming in. Did we expect too much from Bafana?
I'll give you an emphatic yes. And I think that's where the problem is. Look, somewhere along the way, we actually forgot that the whole idea was that this was a work in progress. We were still rebuilding a team because, let's face it, when this project started, it only started last year in July with the appointment of Sheikh Mashaba. And to some degree, he also allowed himself to be swept by the euphoria just before the tournament because he started saying things like, no, we can go on and win this thing. So we went along for the ride as well. And yeah, we're paying the price of actually doing that because, quite frankly, I don't think we were ready. There are a lot of things that I would have picked out, but you know, you look around and you listen to what some people are saying. No, the coach must go and so on. I mean, it's a natural reaction sometimes. People say those things when they are hurt, and I imagine there are quite a lot of people out there who had actually built and given themselves this idea that this team could actually go all the way. But I feel that it's given them a lot to think about and to understand, because this was the first time tournament even for the coach, along with a lot of players who are actually part of this team.
Okay, but you know, you speak about this expectation and, you know, feeling like the team can do so much better. They scored the first goal in every match they played. So they also put that hope out there that, you know, they would be able to build on that. It happened last night, Mandla Masango with that magnificent volley to open up the scoring. And in the second half, what happened?
Well, exactly. I mean, we just went to sleep again. I mean, it's happened quite a couple of times. And, you know, I don't know. For me, I know a lot was actually attached to last night's result, but I would like to think that we gave it up in that very first game. I think that's when we actually exited the tournament, because it's quite crucial for you to get that first game and then make sure that you win. If you don't win, you get something out of it. And a lot of heads actually dropped when we actually had that lead, we had a penalty, and all sorts of things happened, even an own goal. And after that, the heads dropped. And I think it was very difficult for them to pick themselves up going forward. And there was a lot that was expected from them. And at the end of the day, the expectation was just too much, and the burden of what they knew that the country was expecting them to do fell on them. But, I mean, look, questions will be asked now. You have got a situation where we've had 3 different goalkeepers in 3 games during the group stages. There are some selections that will be questioned, and I think Shakes, when he comes back, he'll have to sit down and maybe look and maybe decide maybe if there are some things he could have done differently. But I don't think it's all doom and gloom. And the fact that we've got an under-20 side that just returned from Russia yesterday, it gives us a reason to be optimistic, because, quite frankly, I mean, the doom and the gloom that you're actually getting from people, there are people who are, woe is us. And it's not as bad as people make it out to be. Sure, we would have wanted this team to actually make the knockout round at the very least, because if you gauge what we had during the qualifiers and the fact that now we exit in the group stages of this tournament, there was a lot that we thought that we could actually do with the little that we had. But I think there's reason to be optimistic.
Reason to be optimistic. I'm going to leave it there when we speak about Bafana. Let's just look ahead to tonight. I know we've actually got a graphic of those fixtures that we can expect this evening. It is the final group matches in Group D, and there we go. Group D, Cameroon up against Ivory Coast, Guinea up against Mali, and Group D could not be more evenly poised. But all of those teams played 2 matches. They've all drawn, so there's no goal difference between those 4 teams, and they're all sitting on 2 points. This is very, very interesting to see who's going to actually progress to the quarterfinals. And then, of course, you see that the quarterfinals are going to get underway on Saturday. I mean, now, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for.
Thank you.
I wish you could chat to you a little bit longer, because I know we can speak about football for so much longer. But there you go. You've got the fixtures, what's going to happen in Group D tonight. And just recapping on what happened last night between Bafana and Ghana. They went down a 2-1 to the Black Stars, and Bafana will be making their way back home from the Africa Cup of Nations. We'll have more sport for you after 7 o'clock. It's time now for your headline news.